Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cypress series. In today's video, we are going to learn one very important topic, which is how to find broken links on the page, right? So this is very important with respect to the testing because let's say you're working in a project and on your website there can be multiple links, be 20 links, 30 links, and you have to find the broken link, right? So it will be a tedious task for you to test each and every link on the page. So that's why this is a perfect candidate for automation. We should automate this kind of scenario. Now let's understand with an example how it works. So we have this demo website by Lambda Test. So this is an e-commerce website, and we can see there are multiple links on the page. So these are all links on the page. So when you hover over it, you can see these are all links on the page, right? So this is a perfect use case for our today's automation scenario. So we can use this one. So before we start writing the code, let's understand what is a broken link. So broken link or a dead link is basically a link which is not reachable. So the reason why you get a broken link, let's say you are trying to access a URL and you entered a wrong URL value. Maybe you are trying to access google.com and you entered extra E. So on the page you can see 404. The page is not found because there's no URL with that value, right? And there can also be a case, let's say you were initially when your website got developed and you were using a URL, but later on you all the URLs were updated, right? So that in that case also maybe the URL is still the older one and it's not updated. When you click on it, it says 404 because it's not there. The page is not there, right? So these are the cases when you can get broken links on the page, and it's very important to handle it because from a user perspective, let's say I am on this website, on an e-commerce website, and I'm clicking on shop now, and it redirects to a 404 page. So that case, it's a very bad user experience. Then I'll say, yeah, this website has a broken link, so it's not a good website to access. So as a tester, we should make sure our website does not have a broken link. All the links are perfectly working fine, right? So we should test all this case. So today we will automate it. Let's go to Visual Studio Code and let's start writing the code, right? So this is my sample template, which I've already created for now. So first of all, what we'll do, so most of the cases, our links are associated with the anchor tag. So anchor tag is denoted by A. So first we will find all the anchor tags on the page. So cy.get and we'll use A. So anchor tag, it will give you all the anchor tag on the page, right? Now we know we have multiple anchor tags on the page. So for that, what you have to do, we have to use dot each on the page. So we will use dot each over here so that we can iterate over all the anchor tag, and inside that we'll create a callback function. Fine. So, and now if I want to get this element, I will pass over here the parameter. So I passed over here. Over here I will pass link. So this link is actually returning me this element. So whatever value I will get over here, it will return me in this form, right? Once we get the attribute A tag, all the A tag, next, what is our next step? We have to find the value. So value, the URL is actually assigned to an attribute which is href, right? And we want to find the value of href on the page. So let's go to this site and let's understand with an example. Let's say for this one, if I inspect this one, right? Let me inspect it. So if I inspect this one, so I can see over here, this is an A tag, and with A tag, I have an attribute which is href, which contains the URL value. Fine. So now I want to fetch the URL value, which is actually assigned to this attribute href. So in our code, what we'll do, I will use this link. So link is actually returning me my A tag, right? Now I want the attribute href value. So this code will actually return me a value, which is a URL of href, attribute value, right? Now I will store this in a constant. So I will name it as href. So this 2 line of code, first of all, it find all the anchor tags on the page. Then it is trying to find the attribute value of href, right? Which is our URL in this case. Fine. Next thing is, now we will check if this href is there, it is values there or not. in some of the cases, maybe href can be empty also, right? In that case, then that is not a perfect case for broken links, right? Because if there is no link, how will we check the broken link? So this condition, we are checking if there is a active link on the page or not. So this contains and this returns you an active link on the page or not, right? Now we have the href. Next thing is we have to access that link. So in Cypress, we have this command cy.request. So using cy.request, you can actually access the endpoint. So I will use cy.request, and inside that I will access the URL. So I have to pass over here URL. And what is my URL value? My URL value is href. So this is my URL value because at line number 5, we already got the URL value. And now this URL value, we are passing over here in cy.request command because we are trying to access that endpoint, right? So once we have our endpoint, now we want to get the response, right? We want to fetch the response code. So I will use dot then. So this function will basically using dot then, I'm using to handle the response from the previous command, which is cy.request, right? So let me enter. So now I will enter dot then, right? And it will receive the response object. I'm passing a response over here. So you can pass any name and we'll create a callback function. So now I got the response from this request, right? So this is actually returning with the response from this command, and I'm storing it. I'm receiving the response object as an argument, right? Inside the callback function, what I'll do? So I will check for the response status. Fine. So response status is basically for broken link, what we do, we check if our page is returning us a success response code or a broken link or a bad request one, right? So I will write over here the condition. So if response dot status is actually equal to or greater than 400, and if it is greater than or equal to 400, then we will print over here this is a broken link. So I will print over here broken link, right? So now I can do one more thing. I can actually print the value of href also. So we will print the href value, because apart from printing broken link, if it returns the broken link, then it will be much easier, because let's say you get a broken link on the page, so you can tell your developer, you can read the bug and tell them, yeah, this is a broken link. So we should print the broken link. It is useful for defect creation and for your checking also, right? So I will pass backtick so we can print the value inside it, right? Now we have the broken link. If this condition matches, we have a broken link, else it is an active link. So I will write the else condition over here. So cy.log, and I will write over here active link, right? So now we have broken link, we have printed broken link, and we have printed active link. We can do one more thing. So currently we are just printing broken link. We can also print the index. Let's say broken link at line, broken link number 15 is invalid, or broken link uh, 17 is this one, right? So we can print the index. So for printing the index, I will pass over here in my each dot each. So let's pass index and then broken link. So I will write over here link is, so this is my index. So index starts from 0. So I will write over here index dot 1, right? So this one, this will actually print my index value. And similar thing I can write over here. So link is, so link, I will write link number is active link and link number is broken link. So this is a better message to print here. So now we have printed the message also, right? So for now, we are checking broken link and active link. So let's say if you want to print, we can also print the number of broken links, how many broken links we found on the page. So for that, we can do one thing. I will just create some variables over here. Let's say let broken links equals to 0. I'll initialize it to 0 and let active links. So what we'll do, we will use this variables inside our if condition, else condition. I will add over here the counter. So it will keep on increasing. Once it comes inside, it will keep on increasing. Next time when we access it, it will print us the latest value, right? So same for active links also, we will print over here. So let me print over here active links. So let me copy again and print over here active links and plus plus. So this is useful when we want to print it, right? So now we have got the broken link and we have got the active links, right? And next time we can do one more thing. We can also print the total number of A tags. So let's say we total number of links on the page is maybe 500, out of which 200 are broken and 300 are active, right? So we can print that case as well. So for printing that, what we'll do, we will use it outside the each condition. So we are printing over here, we are using over here dot each. So let's see where it closes. So yeah, it closes over here, and I will use dot then. Now it will take the value from this one, right? So I will pass over here links. So I want to print, first of all, I'll create a callback function inside it. And inside it, I will create a variable total link because first of all, I want to see how many total links were there on the page. So this links is actually giving me the value from cy.get each condition, right? So links dot length. So it will give me the total length of the links it found on the page, right? And now I can print it cy.log and I can print it over here total links, right? So total links, and we can print the value, so which is this total links, right? So now we are printing the total links. We'll do one more thing. We will also print the broken link and the active link value over here. We cannot print inside. If we print inside, it will keep on returning every time because we are using dot each. So that way the loop will keep on running every time. So it's better to print it outside. So we'll print it outside, right? So broken links and active links, we can see both the links, and this value I will copy from, so this is my variable which I used. So this variable I will use over here, and this is active links. So I will just correct the name. So this is my active links, right? So let me give you a walkthrough once again. First of all, we found all the anchor tags. Then we found the value for our URL using, we are trying to fetch the attribute href and it is returning us the URL, right? Then we are checking if that is a positive value or not. If it has positive value, it enters our if condition where we are accessing that URL. So this URL we are trying to access. So over here we have passed URL href and then we are fetching the response code. So response.status will give us a response code, the HTTP status code. We are checking if it is greater than equal to 400 because on your page you can get 404 or maybe you can get 500 also. So that time also the page is not accessible. That is also kind of a broken link, right? And inside, so over here we are printing the broken link. We are also printing which link number is a broken link, and we are also printing the broken link value, right? And in the else condition, we are checking the link is active link. We are just printing that, and we have entered the counter also over here so that we can print in the end. We are printing total number of broken links, total number of active links, and total number of links, right? So before I run my test case, I want to tell you one more thing. So in Cypress, by default, if you make a request, so this is our cy.request, when you access any endpoint, so it only checks for a positive case, let's say for 200 and 300 series only. If you get, in any case, if your endpoint is returning you 400 series, so your Cypress test case will fail at that time. Because over here, we want to bypass that. We are already checking, we already have a condition over here where we are printing the broken links. So in this case, what we can do, I will pass over here fail on status code. So fail on status code I will pass over here is false. So basically in Cypress, when it will get a 400 series, it will not fail my test case, it will rather pass it. And inside that, we are anyways checking our condition. If it is 400 or if it is not 400, we are printing the message based on that. So okay, let's run our test case and see. Okay, I think I can see over here the cy.visit is not entered, so I will write cy.visit and enter my URL. So my URL is this one, right? So let me enter the URL over here. So now let's run our test case. We have the code written, right? So let's go to Cypress test runner and see. So let me start this one and select my test case, which is broken links, right? Now it is accessing your web page, so which is this e-commerce website. And you saw over here, it is actually telling you there are around how many tags are there for anchor tags. There are around 333 tags. And in the log message also, we can see on the left side, let me maximize it. Yeah, on the left side, you can see it is printing the message, link 1 is active, link 2 is active link. So this is a very, logging is very important. You should use it carefully. Over here, this is important for us to understand, to know which is a active link and which is a broken link. So that's why we require the logging to be here, right? So we can see one by one, it is taking all the links on the page because we use dot each condition. So it is iterating over all the links, whatever it got. And we can also see on the, for the 38 numbers, so link number 24 is broken link. So it is printing the link as well as it is printing the message. So let's do one thing. Let's copy this link and let's see if it is a broken link or not. So let me go back to the page and let's see over here. We copy it and let's see. So you see it is saying the page you requested cannot be found. And so let's see the API response as well. Let me open the network tab. Let's refresh the page and we'll see the response for this one. So I can see the API is getting called. You see the first one. So over here, we can see this is the same URL which we have entered over here in the URL. So this is information tracking and it is returning is 404. So that means this is a broken link, right? Because on the page also, you can see the page you requested cannot be found. That means this is a broken link, right? So our code is working fine. We can see over here, we got the broken link and it is printing the active links also. And let's scroll down and see because it executed for 333. It found all the 333 links and it actually iterate over all of them, right? And if we go down, so you see it is printing the total number of links, broken links 1 and the active links 350, right? So we saw that broken link, one broken link which we found over here. We already saw that one. We accessed that manually and it is returning as 404, which is a broken link. So guys, yeah, this is how we find a broken link in Cypress. So this is a pretty simple code. If you know the logic, if you know what you do, what you have to do, then it is quite simple. You are just iterating over all the anchor tags and checking if the value, if the URL is returning you valid status code or not. If it is not, we are printing that is a broken link, right? So this code can be used in any project, in any in your project, right? So you just have to copy paste and just change the URL over here. This visit URL you have to change. Otherwise, everything will remain same. It will work perfectly fine for all the projects, for all of your examples. Also, if you want to try for different examples, you can take the same example also. If you want to try the Lambda test e-commerce breakdown, and you can check for different other website as well. So this code, you have to just change the visit URL over here. Rest of the code is same, right? It will give you, it will always return you the proper response. It will check for total number of links on the page, total number of broken links on the page, total number of active links on the page. So this is quite useful. And in reporting also, when you are doing a reporting, so over there, if you are printing the broken link and if you are printing, let's say, total number of links, it will give you more visibility when you're sharing this report with other members, right? So, and for work purpose also, if you're raising a defect in your test management tool, let's say you're raising a defect in Jira. So over there, if you want to provide information about the broken link, and you can directly copy from the log and check the URL of the broken link and message and log a defect mentioning the broken link value, right? So this is very useful in that case. And as a automation engineer, we should automate these kind of scenarios, which is taking a lot of time while execution through manual, right? So we can automate these kind of scenarios, and this is very important from the interview perspective as well. This is very famous and common interview question which is asked, right? So I hope you like the content. I hope it is you find it useful and it's helpful for you. You can share it with others who are looking to implement such kind of cases in their project, right? And I'll be coming up with such more videos in the upcoming days. So please like and subscribe to the channel.